welcome. It's a rather chilly day. I'm out for a walk, so it's a perfect opportunity to talk to you about some books and some historical fiction books that I'm looking forward to in the coming year. The first one I'm going to mention is a Fiona Veitch Smith book. It's called The Boleyn Murders. It's a cosy mystery book, but it's a cosy mystery historical book. This is the 5th book in the series. I've read only one. No, I think it's two. And they're really good. And I have no idea why I haven't continued the series, but I do want to. The next one is called A Slow and Secret Poison, and apparently this is a gothic tale which involves a gardener. Apparently this gardener gets a job and accepts it, and the owner of this manor or whatever the garden they're going to be looking after is paranoid that they are affected with a curse. I think in this video I mentioned a Essie Fox previously, and I'm going to mention another one. The book called Catherine comes out in February, and apparently it's about Cathy from Wuthering Heights. Now, I've not read the story, but the back says that she died in Wuthering Heights. So, and she rises from her grave 18 years later to seek redemption. So, if you haven't read Wuthering Heights, then I've just spoilt it for you. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Boy, it's cold out here. The next one I'm going to mention is called The Night Hag by Hester Musson. Now, apparently it's about an archaeologist who has a medium mother. So she searches for a doctor who she thinks could possibly help her. And then apparently as she goes on a dig, there's a hole that she finds that can help her or lead to answers or something. But it sounds quite interesting. I like the archaeology side of it. I like the medium side of it. Yeah, it does sound interesting. Now we're going into March. I have to say this one did appeal because of its absolutely glorious cover. I mean, just look at it. Isn't it amazing? I think covers are getting really great these days. But we shouldn't just look at it and go, yeah, I want to read it because it's an amazing cover. But it's called Spider. Now apparently it's a Victorian setting, and it's about a woman who gets lost in the poison of vengeance. So that could mean anything, but I do think that sounds quite interesting. And why Spider? Does it have spiders in it? I don't know. Now the next one is by Alexandra Walsh, and it doesn't actually have a cover at the moment. It's just literally a picture of the author, and it's called The Boleyn Curse, and it sounds fabulous. It's in the court of Henry VIII, a young Henry VIII, and Elizabeth Boleyn, the mother of Anne, who is a loyal wife to Thomas, the father, catches the eye of Henry VIII. Now, I'm not sure if I read somewhere that that did really happen. And it was kind of thought that perhaps she was a mistress as well. I don't know, I could be wrong. Apparently they are drawn into this perilous game. However, it does have like a dual timeline from what I can gather. It's got the past, the Tudor era, and then a present, and I do quite like that. However, sometimes I do find that the historical sections, the historical chapters, do for me interest me more. Now we're coming on to April. This next one I'm not too sure about, to be honest with you, and it's called Elizabeth and Marilyn by Julie Owen Maitland. Now apparently it is about Elizabeth II and Marilyn, and apparently it says they both have men that they need to fight for or something. So I'm not too sure about it. When April comes along, I'll think about it. We'll see. I mean, it may be really, really good. I don't know, but I thought I just want to mention it. Now, my most excited release. It's a new Tracy Borman book but it's a fiction book. I have yet to finish reading her last series. There's 3 books. I've done 2. I need to do the last one, but this is a new one, and it's called The House of Boleyn, and I'm so here for it. It's going to take place in Hever Castle. There's going to be Anne Boleyn and Henry VIII pursuing Anne, as far as I'm aware. So I'm excited. It's not exactly new news, but I do like the way Tracy Borman writes, so it's going to be great. I'm so looking forward to it. So we're coming into the realms of May. Now this one is set in Scotland and it's called The Jewel Keepers, and it's about a Mackenzie family who are secretly keepers of the royal jewels of Scotland. So as far as I'm aware, there's going to be puzzles, trials and jewels. The next one does sound quite fascinating actually. It's by Lucy Waverley and it's called Noble Beasts. 1858, and a man called Sir Edwin Landseer is charged with creating 4 lions for Trafalgar Square. Now I'm not sure if this is totally made up or whether it's based on true fact. I have no idea, but it sounds great. Now June is going to be the last month I talk about books that I'm interested in, because I found that the rest of the months there are other books obviously, but not ones that really took my fancy. We have another Tudor one called The Queen's Sister. Now it takes place in Wolf Hall. Elizabeth Seymour leaves Wolf Hall and Henry VIII's court to go to Yorkshire. But soon comes the news that Henry VIII is taking a fancy to his sister Jane. But the interesting thing, apparently, Elizabeth marries Gregory, which is Thomas Cromwell's son. And that's fact. He did have a son called Gregory. So, yeah, it's interesting. I like the sound of it. Now, for the last one, and then I must get walking because I'm blooming freezing. It's called Mrs. Dickens by Emily Howes. Now if you know your Dickens, you know that Mrs. Dickens gave Charles many children, and he was complete ass to her. So whether this is based on fact or whether the authors just wanted to, make a little story up about her, but apparently she starts to get a bit fed up with his manipulations, and she becomes quite a companion, but apparently Charles pokes his nose in and takes control. So I think that sounds interesting as well. So I think I've chosen a pretty decent bunch of books there. What do you think? Is there any that particularly stand out to you? I realised that from last year I didn't really get around to many of them, and that's completely my fault. I'm just such a mood reader that I sometimes get taken away by other books. So this year I am going to try and make videos about them as I pick them and read them. So stay tuned, and you've got it from me right here, right now. Evidence that I said I was going to do it. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, please do come back for more. And yeah, I'm going to start walking because I'm a little frozen icicle pop. And I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye now.